That's This is a product which would help you, libraries and librarians, to track your publication or a publication which may be included in databases and you may not be indexing them in your catalog. So this service is available outside of our core EBSCO discovery service as well. So if you are a library that has more than 10, 20 electronic databases or a host of electronic journals or non-electronic journals, you may want to consider this product because it will help you to identify the publication that your library would be or would have been hosting for the longest time. So in essence, it helps your users to track this publication without much effort. Now, I will let Ching-Wei to lead this training or rather presentation. If you have any question, please put in the chat box and we will address your query after the session. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Ching-Wei, yours.
Thank you, Noor. So, yeah, hello, greetings, good morning, welcome, and thank you for spending time with us today. I hope all of you are safe and healthy. This webinar will cover the basic of participation, introduce and provide a walkthrough to everyone on the new Publication Finder user experience. Our goal here is to validate our work, solicit ideas and how we might do things better and uncover new opportunities for future improvement. So with this, let's get it started. All right, so for housekeeping, just to let you know, once again, that this webinar is being recorded. All attendees, you are muted during this webinar. Please submit your questions via the chat box to be addressed. If time permits, we will address them individually with you. All right, so likewise, let's get this started. I'm sure majority of you, at least some of you would have seen this Publication Finder interface. Current EDS customers, I'm sure you all are using this. This is a title searching tool for when it comes to this particular Publication Finder. It's like what Noor has mentioned, it can stand alone by itself. You can subscribe Publication Finder on its own and manage your library collection without EDS. This is possible. So this is the existing Publication Finder, typical native interface. Next up, this is the new Publication Finder interface. Of course, you can put your branding, your logo, the background images. It's all possible. But yeah, this is how it looks like. When it comes to functionality, you can see you can search by publication, browse databases, browse subjects. There are some pre-filters. There's two-level A to Z browsing. So I will talk more about that on the coming slides. So yes, first of all, is the ability to pre-filter searches against a subset of content. The A to Z two-level browsing is making a comeback. And now you have the ability to browse by database. And this Publication Finder UI gives everyone a new look and feel, which include the ability to select from a larger set of subject groupings. All right, when it comes to the pre-filters, I would say, yeah, the drop-down box, the drop-down above the search box, there are two drop-down options available at the main search box. The first option defaults to title searching, but of course, users can select other options, such as subjects, ISSN, or publisher. The next is you could further limit the search parameters for any precise content that you're looking for. So yes, you can filter it by any contains exact max begin with or exact phrase. The other pre-search filters available from this new Publication Finder user interface is the ability of the radio button options to limit your search to all resources or just the journals or only books. The resource type selection limiters are based on the classification of resources as reflected in your library holdings. The native two-level A to Z functionality is making a comeback here. This is to provide the users easier navigation options to the titles. This has been a highly requested feature to improve the overall experience of the browsing. Any area where the content is present, it will be in bold. Any area which is not, it will be grayed out. Next is the browse by database. So browse by database option, which is available. The 9 database will be displayed by default, but of course you have the ability to show more for the sections that have more than 9 items. Databases are selected based on the configured packages in the holding management. So likewise, it's always important, it's always critical to maintain all your necessary right holdings in holding management. If it's not, then all of this will not be reflected correctly, and the end users will not have the true picture of what the library subscribed to. Next, you have browse by subjects. There are 3 subject groupings available in the new publication finder. Users may select one of these grouping settings for their account. So the number of titles will be shown on the right-hand side. And majority will be wondering, how do I classify these subjects? How are these subjects are being classified? So with this new UI, there are 3 options available. Firstly, the general, the medical, and the Library of Congress. For general, terms found within EBSCO, the sales directory, this is how it's being set up. This is particularly useful for public libraries. When it comes to medical, the terms from the National Library of Medicine list of journal index for Medline and general subject terms. This is useful for hospital or any medical libraries. Last but not least, LOC, terms from the LOC classification, and this is particularly useful for academic libraries. So I'm going to take a pause here before I show you a demo of it. So if there are any doubts, concern, please put them in the chat or the QA box. I will try to address them before I move on to the demo. All right, so I will proceed with the demo right now. Just give it a minute. All right, so yep, this is the publication finder, the new publication finder that interface. For demo purposes, of course, you can change the color, the branding, add a new logo. This is all possible in the e-admin administrative portal. So to start off with it, here you go. You have the ability to pre-search filters against the sub of the content. There's this 2-level browsing, A to Z level browsing here. You have the browse by database right here, and then the browse by subjects. So here comes the pre-search parameters which are available. The first one defaults to title, but of course you have the options to proceed with other parameters provided here. Likewise, the second search drop-down box, which allows you to go in and search to find the precise content regarding what you're looking for. and the radio buttons available here, which allows you to limit to limit to what are the resources which you are looking for. So in this case, if you want to see journals or books or all everything, you have the options right now. And likewise, the A to Z browsing here, the two-level A to Z browsing native features. This is a native feature right now. This is built in the publication finder. So all right, let's go ahead and let's do a few demo. And you can see here, there's autocomplete for this particular feature. So what is being returned is they are all the journals or all the packages which you have enabled in holdings management. Right, so let's choose one. So once you are once you have initiated a search, you can you will be able to see the results where this journal, the sources are coming from. You have filters available here, hidden, which you could limit to what you are to what you are looking for specifically. So there is a subject filter, resources filter, and a database filter. Take note of the native two-level A to Z browsing. If there's a content, it will be bold. If they are not, they will be grayed out. So in this case, yeah, there's one example here, A, F, and let's give it a try here. Yeah, returns the title of it. And likewise, yeah, the filters, yeah, the filters can be collapsed and can be hidden. Next up, we will demo the browse by databases. And again, this is very important. The databases, they are all configured, configured based on the packages configured in HLM. So it will show only 9 of them. If there's more than 9, you can click on show more and it will display all the relevant databases based on that particular alphabet. So from here, users can straight away focus on that particular database for any of the journals. And the browse by subjects. Likewise, yeah, you can see the number of titles under that specific subjects on the right-hand side. Clicking this will show you all the publications with regards to that particular subject. Again, there are 3 subjects here, 3 options for you to classify the subject classification options. General, which is useful for public libraries. Medical, which are the terms from both the National Library of Medicine list of journals index for Medline and general subject terms. And last but not least, LOC, Library of Congress. This is particularly useful for academic libraries. So, all right, with this, I shall open the floor. If there's any feedback, questions, comments, we will try to address them. So yes, we have a question about the audio-visual CD tape. The question is, if the content is an audio-visual CD tape microfilm, can full text finder identify this? It's important to have that particular publication or journal record index managed in holding management. And from there, in holding management, of course, audio-visual CD tape, these are physical items, something which cannot be viewed on the web. So there's a workaround on it. on the holding management, you may put a domain, put a note saying that please visit the library at this counter, at this rack to view the particular resource when it comes to the audiovisual resources which are physical, not digitized yet online. The next question which we have here is, the institution that I'm attached to is ready to roll this out now. How and where do I go from here? Okay, yes. So this particular user interface publication finder, at this point in time, it's just a preview. It's not ready yet. The target rollout date will be next year, somewhere maybe around Q2. But of course, if your institution is, if you want to, preview it for your own analysis, for your own study, yes, this is possible, but we do not suggest in rolling this out to the general users yet, because it's still not fully but it's not still readily available. It's still not fully available. There are still some issues, bugs which we have to iron it out before we could release it to the general public. If you are interested, please contact your sales the sales team, Nor, Eric, Owen, and we will arrange a preview profile for you so that you could take a look, play around, analyze, and of course, you're most welcome to give us feedback when it comes to any aspect of this new publication finder user interface. Okay, the next question is database browsing only by title? Is the publication finder embedded in EDS? Yes, so I'm going to address this separately. Is database browsing only by title? No. Database browsing, yes, it's based on the database title. Yes, correct. So perhaps if you have, perhaps I didn't get your question correctly. If you could be a bit more specific, I will try to address it. But yes, it's by title. And is the publication finder embedded in EDS? Yes, likewise, it will be embedded, it will be integrated and with EDS. So assuming that once you have you have initiated a search here, clicking on this will, if you do find another, clicking on this on the source as well as on any particular journal, this will bring you back to the EDS interface for further user experience when it comes to article level searching. Okay, the next question is, where is the subject classification? This can only be set, this can only be seen and be set behind the scene in the EBSCO e-admin. So it's not possible to be viewed. It's not possible to be set on the fly. It has to be set something behind the scene in EBSCO admin. Is the feature an added cost? No, this is there won't be any added cost on generally all customers. At some point in time, we will encourage you to upgrade the experience to this new publication finder user interface. Can it do search? The next question is, can it do a search within the publication, for example? All right. At this moment, there is, like what I said, there is still an issue or a bug with this particular search within a publication. On the current interface, yes, it's possible to do a search within a publication. That means you are doing a title search first, then after that, an article level search. This is possible with the current interface, but at the moment, we are trying to iron out the issues which we have with regards to this particular feature in this new publication finder user interface, which is why it's a preview. This will definitely will be resolved when we are ready for the general public rollout. The next question, is there an avenue where I can sign up and participate as a tester with EBSCO? If yes, and how do I go from here? I would appreciate and I would thank this user who has raised this feedback. Yes, if you are interested to participate as a tester with us, you are most welcome. Please contact our sales team, Nor, Eric, or Wenro. We will arrange a preview profile before your institution, and then of course there will be we will engage you for such. Likewise, vice versa, engagement will be done across during this particular period of time, during this feedback time. Is there any additional cost if our institution would want to migrate to this new publication finder? No, there won't be any additional costs if your institution would want to migrate to this new publication finder. Any others which I could help to address? Yes, there is another question. How long is the setup for new customers? We assuming that your holding management is set up, it's maintained correctly. So it's as good as getting the paperwork done, put in a request, we will start up, we will push in a new profile for you. So this will, on average, we will take, let's say, 3 to 4 working days. Does FTF takes all language publication? Yes. It's possible to take all language publication. Likewise, like I said, it's always important to maintain what is required in holding management. Whatever is maintained correctly, it will be reflected accordingly in the new publication finder. Not only the new publication finder, it will be reflected in the publication finder, regardless of whether it's a new one or the old one. Okay. Can the database be browsed by subject? Can you please show how to do again? Sure. No, the database cannot be browsed by subject, I'm afraid. Yeah, so let's see. Let's take one. Okay, let's see. It's actually. So what I did was I just chose a database and it returns the journals inside that particular database. Can we use local language to search? Example, Chinese script. Yes, you could enter the Chinese characters, and I would always suggest to put in the quote unquote to actually to make the search more precise when it comes to especially Chinese characters, or else each of the characters will be tokenized and the accuracy would not be that true when it comes to Chinese characters. Next questions. If we test it out first, then inform EBSCO to set it up. No, you have to inform us because by default you do. By default, not all of you. By default, you do not have this new publication finder user interface. You need to inform us. We will set it up for you. Then you may proceed with your testing. How is searching done by Library of Congress? So like it's not how the search is being done by the Library of Congress. It's a setting which can be configured in eAdmin, and all of these subjects will be displayed, categorized, classified based on that particular option. So again, it's not something which you could search on the fly, where you can set up that particular subject classification option on the fly and then browse by subject. It's something which has to be configured in the backend eAdmin prior to browse it by that particular subject classification which you have set in EBSCO admin. Can the institution customize the subject by themselves? I'm afraid not. You have only three options when it comes to such classification options. Can we have multiple subject categories, for example, LOC and medical? Yes and no. So you can have multiple subject categories provided you have two separate publication finder interface. One interface for medical, for example, and the other interface for LOC. You cannot have two classification subject classification on one same publication finder interface. But having that said, having two publication finder interface, that means you have two interface to maintain. There's some the person in charge or the librarian will have a bit more work when it comes to maintaining two publication finder interfaces, if that's the case. This is indeed a very engaging session. I thank all of you once again for all the questions posted and all the concerns which you might have. This is very useful for us as well to improve this particular product. All right. So with this, Nor, I would like to pass it back to you if there's anything which you like to add, or else I would thank the participants for attending this.
Right. I hope you have enjoyed this session, and I hope this has been very informative for you. And for users who are interested to understand full text finder or publication finder better, please contact us. We'll be happy to do a site or not on site. I wish we can do on site, but we can certainly do meant for your institution. For those sites who currently have EDS, EBSCO Discovery Service, you will be contacted once we have ironed out the bugs. As what Ching-Wei mentioned, this product will be rolled out in the first and EDS, as some of you might have also known, would have the new interface rolled out in 2021 as well. So in essence, the whole platform, whether you're talking about a discovery layer or you're talking about the full text finder or publication finder, EBSCO is investing in new technology enhancement and to ensure that the service that you engage us with will continue to evolve, especially now in the terms of pandemic. Your users are mostly remote, and we want to ensure that the service we provide to you will continue to be enhanced and will be able to meet your requirement. So any last minute question, please send us an email. If there is no other question, on behalf of the EBSCO team, Eric, and our marketing team, Ethan Huang and Nawat, we thank you very much for participating in this session. At the end of this session, as you sign out, there is a link whereby you can view what Full Text Finder is all about. We will continue to hold some of our new products in the webinar series, and EBSCO as a whole will continue to host webinar series during this season. Thank you so much. Keep safe and stay well.
Hi, sorry, just to interrupt, we have one last question from Yeah, so the question is, to what level of detail are the Library of Congress subject areas broken down?
To what level? Okay. Yes, there is a scheme. Hold on. There is a particular. So I'm not sure whether the this particular illustration or this particular link, the outline, will answer your question. It's based on this particular outline listed in the LOC. So based on, yeah, you can see here, A for general works, B for philosophy, C for auxiliary science of history. You can get this outline from this particular site. Let me put this on the chat window.
So I guess the subjects would be on the first line or the first tier of subject, I guess.
Yeah, I would guess, yes.
Okay. All right. I'm supposed to mention from our marketing department that there will be a survey after the end of this session. So if possible, please give us a feedback on your survey. We will much appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and take care, stay safe. Until next time, thank you very much.